What's good, everyone? Welcome back to FaShaun episode 11. I am back. I went on a quick hiatus and now I got some new pieces and we're going to review them. Today we have my favorite sunglasses that I own currently. They were a rare find. I picked them up. They're a little bit beat up, but they're authentic, which was the important part. They are the Oakley eye jacket original. These are the Gen 2s. Let's get into it. These are my Gen 2 Oakley eye jackets. I believe these are late 90s, made with the more durable O-matter. I know the Gen 1s are apparently pretty brittle at their age now, but if you're actually going to be wearing yours, I wear mine to run, do a lot of outdoor sports. You're definitely going to want the Gen 2 and onwards, really, or maybe even the Redux if you want the new design. But I really like the old design, and this one has a bit more, providence that I really like. I think it's like 97. Maybe a little bit later. The color is silver, I believe. There's also kind of a darker gunmetal and a more shinier plasma. But I really like the silver. I feel like it's just the perfect amount of reflection while not being a bit too tacky, in my opinion. But overall, these are fantastic and they stay on my head and the grips still work even though they're like 30 years old, 25 years old. And I can still see through them even though the lenses are all scratched up. Hello. So the eye jackets are pretty famous and they've been trending, I would say, for the last couple of years because they have their own type of character. I would say there's not a lot of sunglasses out there, especially recreational sports sunglasses, that look like this, that can perform like this while still having that energy, that flavor that we're all really looking for. I know Satisfy Running did a vintage remake, not even using the Redux. They used this specific generation as their basis. And there's other brands that are also kind of going back to this iconic shape, and I don't use that word lightly. They really are iconic, and they've influenced superhero masks, and they've influenced activewear sunglasses even to this day from all the different brands as well. And even going down, I think the price at the time was like $125, which is crazy. I think a good condition pair of these, you're looking at anywhere from $300 to $500, depending on if they have the original box or if they have all the manuscripts and manuals and things like that. So unbelievable for what you could get back then. There are like 20 different colors. I really enjoy this silver with black iridium lens, I think is what it's called. Really good for, again, outdoor sports, running, take it on a boat, take it on vacation. You can even go to the rave in it, right? They're sweet rave glasses as well, and they will stay on your head. Excuse me. But in terms of the shape, they're a bit more circular, and they and if you have big, huge eye indents like me, kind of like perfectly covers up these huge eye indents and lines up with my eyebrow bone. Just really good design for back in the day, and I'm glad that these are trending and they're bringing it back, because I hope they bring back more colors so that I can buy them. But yeah, these are incredible, and they're just something that I'll always maintain, upkeep. Maybe I'll change out the lenses, change out some of the eye grips, because I know they're kind of brittle and falling apart, but that's all something you can buy for cheap, right? As long as you have the frame, you're good to go. Going into the purchase rationale, I really wanted a pair of these, but I just couldn't fork out $300 to $500. I don't think they're worth that much. I ended up finding these on Poshmark for like $125 or $150. An older woman kind of was just selling her old Oakley pair, and I managed to get lucky and find that. I don't really know if she knew what she had, but I was happy to pay that, and she was happy for the money, I guess. But besides that, just looking at my notes here, I just feel that they're so unique and so characterful, and if you get them at a cheap price, combine that with their provenance and their history, I really do feel like there's no other glasses, sunglasses, especially sports sunglasses, that really look like this and really give that old vibe, and frankly a better vibe than the newer, more visor Master Chief glasses that they're having now. These are perfect, and they get the job done, and they look great, you know, and they're multifaceted and they're multi-purpose, which is why I decided to pull the trigger. For the market analysis, I'm really only going to compare it to the eye jacket Redux, because I feel as though if you're going to buy these, you're either looking at you're either going to look at the new pair or shell out and get these older pairs. And so even in my research, I couldn't really find glasses that were maybe not even the same color, but like the same vibe, the same type of silhouette. I couldn't find anything online that matches these really. I know District Vision does some glasses as well, but nothing like this. Satisfy does it, but nothing like this. So I think I'm really going to be using the market analysis right now to compare it to the eye jacket Redux that they've been having for a while now, and frankly they go on sale as well. In Canada, I've seen them for as low as like $100, $120. From people, or if you want them new, I've seen them on sale for like $150 to $180 depending. Just looking at my notes here, I really do feel that if you want it primarily for sports and you want a little bit of that look, you can get the Redux and not have to shell out for the older pair. But if you want something that you're going to keep for a very long time, or forever pretty much, I would really recommend these. Even though the Gen 1s I'd be wary of, they're more collector's pieces, they will probably break if you were to run in them or do any sports in them. The Gen 2s, so the late 90s pairs, really, like, this is held up. At one point I actually snapped one of the frame legs off trying to adjust it to my face, and my heart stopped, and I remember, I think the hinge just slipped off, so I was able to clip it back in, and I was like, oh, okay. But just goes to show you that even after, 20 to 30 years, 25 years, whatever it's been, I can't do math, that they're still durable, they can still clip in, you can still get replacement parts for them. And because of that, I do feel they're a good purchase, especially for me, for sure, at like $150 or $125, whatever I got them as. So if you're in that ballpark, you see anything sub 200, I would pull the trigger. I'd go for it. But in comparison really to the eye jacket Redux, the Redux will be likely built a little bit better with more modern materials. They're going to last longer. The lenses aren't going to be scratched up. You'll be able to see out of them easier, and they'll probably be lighter. But at the end of the day, the weight is marginal when you're running, and when you're doing outdoor sports, you're kind of focusing on the activity. And I feel honestly that these are just the king of the castle. These are the way to go. Okay, so here we have our casual fit, using it for running, bandana, Nike running hoodie, Nike running shorts, Nike socks, and my racing shoes, the Alpha Fly Next Percent 2s, I believe. Amazing. Okay, so what do we have here? Funny enough, I think except for the bandana, everything here is Nike. In terms of running, shout out to a close friend of mine who works at Nike. But looking at this, my idea with it, as you know, we're breaking it down with fit, contrast, and proportion. The fit is supposed to be very flowy. Wind is supposed to go through you as you're running. This is the casual outfit, of course, so I wanted to make it a more running-focused outfit. Primarily with the fit, you want something that doesn't hug your body, because your body can start getting sweaty. Clothing will start sticking to you in hotter temperatures like it is right now. And so you want things that maybe give you a little bit more breathing room, especially while you're running and sweating in the sun. When it comes to contrast, I made sure to contrast the silver of the glasses with the silver, actually more 3M of these running shorts. So you've completed the circle on that end. There is some infrared here, which is like more of an orangey red. Got a red bandana on, got my infrared, pretty much the same color, Alpha Fly 2s. And so again, then with the black, of course, the black of lenses and the black in the shorts, you've completed the circle on pretty much everything, even the white of the bandana and the white of the socks. I've made sure to make a note of that as well. So yeah, complete the circle all throughout. In terms of textures, it's all nylon or polyester or some athletic fiber, so you're pretty much good on that end. It's all gonna match. And then in terms of proportion, I've elongated my head a little bit with the bandana, and then these shoes give me a little bit more height and with a chunkier sort of sole, obviously with the carbon plate in it for running. That's primarily why I've sort of taken my shape, I guess, which is a little bit stockier, and lengthened it. So it's more so kind of a, instead of a square, I'm going into like a triangle, into a rectangle, going, trying to make myself appear just a little bit taller, as we all want to, right? So that's the casual outfit. For the formal outfit, kind of hard with these glasses, but we have a Beams Plus hat, a Montclair vest, a short sleeve mock neck from CDG Tricot, which is vintage, Uniqlo C high-waisted pants, and the Wales Bonaire Silver Surfer Sambas. Okay, so for the formal outfit, we'll break it down with FCP in a minute, but I would recommend that you don't wear these formally. I think they're cool, don't get me wrong, they could be a vibe in your office, if your office is like that, and maybe it's more industrial, but there are better sunglasses than these for any formal outfit. But I definitely want to just give it my fair shot. Something more, definitely, you're going into the office on a Friday, you can probably rock this. Probably not on a Tuesday. But you want to essentially, because you want to, when you go formal, you want to be a bit sleeker. You want it to be a bit more elegant, right? I feel like it demands more respect in the work environment. And these are too wide, and they kind of make your face look like bug-eyed a little bit. So in order to reduce that proportion, I've elongated it slightly with the hat. And then the long proportion sort of flows out with this vest. I would actually run this with the full turtleneck. I have my summer wardrobe out here, not my winter wardrobe, otherwise I'd have it fully there as well, but this works for now. But I would probably have the full turtleneck if I could, so make note of that. But yeah, in terms of fit, everything fits well on me, the pants are tailored to me, everything is in its proper place. In terms of contrast, because there's silver and black, pretty much I kept myself to silver and black, except I added a little bit of cream at the top. And again, you have cream here on the bottom of the shoes with the lace. Like I said before, don't just wear a colorful hat in one part or colorful shoes in one part. Your entire outfit needs to have the same types of colors in it to show flow and fluidity throughout your entire outfit. And of course, the proportion that I'm leveraging here is the triangle. Because I'm trying to slim down this proportion of the glasses to make it more sleeker. And of course, at the top of the triangle, it is the thinnest versus the widest. For the more experimental outfit, I have gone with my Beams vintage beret, blue beret, a red bandana with the red socks, my CDG Hom shirt button up there, CDG Hom culottes, and my silver bullets. For the more contemporary outfit, what you're gonna want to do, what I'm doing, you can do whatever you want. What I'm doing is taking the wide proportion of the sunglasses and carrying it out throughout the entirety of my body. Something only if you have the pieces for, of course, and if everything lines up for you, then go ahead and do that. And if that's what you want to do, of course. But I wanted to switch it up. Whenever you see contemporary outfits, experimental outfits out there in the wild, it is new, it is different, it is polarizing, it is something that is just totally different from what proportions are being leveraged today in modern society. Of course, I don't even recommend to pick up unique pieces for a different experiential outfit because I feel that sustainability-wise, that's not the best. But I digress. Going into the outfit, of course, everything here is fitting very flowy because again, I'm elongating the proportion, making it kind of like a very wide rectangle, just like straight down. And in terms of colors or contrast of colors and contrast of textures, You're gonna see blue, you're gonna see black, and then I've even woven some red up here and red on the socks because these silver bullets have red accenting as well. And of course, the silver of the silver bullets mimics that silver of the glasses, which we are trying to style in a contemporary way, which given its unique character is kind of easier than it really is. But in terms of fit, contrast, and proportion, that's all we got. But now, let's get on to bringing these outside. I'm actually going for a run right now, and I just thought, why don't I record myself going for a run and put that in the video and show you how it is. So I guess we're gonna go with the first outfit with a t-shirt because it's really hot outside instead of a hoodie. But yeah, let's go on that run. I don't know how running influencers do this. This is really hard. Kind of embarrassing as well. I'm gonna hold my phone down. But we're getting it. But coming to the end of FaShaun East, they're amazing. These glasses, because they're almost as old as me, and yet they're holding up perfectly fine. I can see easily through them, even when scratched. And it's like, anyways, bye.